just takes a consequence.
Yeah.
Something that changes the mindset from, wow, I guess I should do something different because that was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? Something that gives you the ability to get her attention.
Yeah.
Right? So that was that. I just wanted you to see that it's not about causing pain.
Yeah.
Because it looks terrible and they say terrible things about this.
Yeah.
But remember what I said. This is emergency surgery. Look what's going on.
Yeah.
Yep. Right? Right? So I'm gonna size her up real quick. I'm just gonna take a guess and say I'm gonna take 3 of these out of here. Alright, now just make sure I don't get hurt. Sit. Hi, baby. Good guess. Alright.
Sit.
Okay. So, up until now, you can tell this young lady has not had any consequences for doing anything. Right? Right? She's extremely uninhibited, and that's that. So, without doing a whole lot of talking, right? I'm just gonna get. Oh my God! There's blood again.
Yeah, she does that.
On her jowls.
Yeah.
Okay. So, go ahead. All right. Without doing a lot of talking, I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna get to work on it. You guys can come out here. All right, stay right over there near the truck so that she doesn't keep trying to come to you. All right? So that happened so fast. She only reached the end of the leash one time. And she immediately decided that she should probably follow me. Right? So the whole dynamic of the relationship has changed already. So you see, I didn't say anything to her, right?
Yeah.
I just kind of showed her stuff, right? So now I'm gonna shorten the leash up a little bit. Same technique, I'm not pulling and tugging. I'll explain it in a second.
How'd you get her not to stop jumping up on you?
I just ignored it
Okay.
and gave her something else to think about.
Okay.
Right? So I just want to show her where to be. Good, good, good. Right? See, I made that was kind of uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
She got up, got tangled in the rope. I kind of held a little bit.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable. She learns from discomfort.
Okay.
Like all of us, right?
Yeah.
When something's uncomfortable, we change something. Right? So we just have to show her where she's going to be comfortable and where she's not. And right here where she is where she should be comfortable. Everything should be good right here. If she's right here like this, I can then go ahead and give her something for being right here. Right? So now that I've used my leash to create a behavior that is acceptable to me, right?
Yeah.
Now I can start positively reinforcing the new behavior.
Yeah.
Right? Right? Well, I had to use the emergency surgery to get the behavior so that I can now start treating her for it.
Yeah.
She was gonna hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so now I'll explain the theory of it, okay?
Okay.
The theory of it is, like I said before, she has too much leverage. So my leverage is the sensation, the discomfort around her neck, the 10 feet of space that I gave her, and my body weight. Not my muscle strength, not my arms, my body weight, authority, right?
Yeah.
So, when she goes in the wrong direction, I'm not pulling and tugging with my arms, I'm holding tight so that, like a post, like a tree,
Yeah.
right? And if I have time, I'll start walking in the other direction so that when she eats up the slack, it's uncomfortable. My momentum pulls her in my direction. That's the key. That's what shows her what to do to avoid the discomfort. See, if she's just walking and I'm just pulling and tugging on her, she feels it, and when she looks up, I'm still standing there. What did that mean?
Okay.
Right? But if she feels it, it pulls her around and she sees my back. It means that happened because I left.
Yeah.
And she made the adjustment to start following me now.
Yeah.
Very simple. Let's see what she'll do now. And it only happened one time, remember?
Yeah.
It only happened one time. So she's obviously learned a new behavior. Like the dynamic has changed. Like she's walking with me now. I'm taking her on a walk now. Right? And she's actually conscious of where I am. She actually cares where I am now.
Yeah.
You know, she's not getting to the end of the leash no more. Right? So what I want you to understand is your place of leverage is arms tight, right? Because that's where your arms have shock absorbers built in,
Yeah.
right? You don't want that. You want tight and just walk the other way. When she starts trying to lead you, you just turn around and walk the other way. And now I'm on a walk and she's with me. Right? So, what I want you to do is just like I said there, hold tight. All right, just start walking. Don't do anything, just start walking. Go ahead, go ahead. Okay. She treats him different, right? She treats him a little different. Okay, only the end of the leash. Only hold the very end of that, right? Now, take your attention off her and move away from her. Like you're going on a walk. Give her some time to calm down. Just keep walking like you're walking. Let the right hand go, both hands at, yeah. Now turn around, walk the other way. Just walk. Right, get your energy like you're going somewhere. And just keep walking. Leave that right hand alone. Just hold the very edge. Let her figure out how to not get tangled up in the leash. Hold it tight, turn around. Do you see how your arm absorbed the shock for her? Keep walking, act like that didn't even happen. Now, do you see how she just nuzzled up against you like that?
Yeah.
When she does that, just go, good. Don't say anything else but good. All the slack.
Yeah.
Let all the slack go. Just hold it tight. Now walk the other way. Just keep walking. What do you see? Her energy is up there because that's how she feels about him, right? But if he stays cool and just shows her the lesson, this energy will calm down and it'll just become a nice walk. You see that? Now, what I want you to do now is same thing, but make it interesting. Change speeds a little bit. Because dogs find change of speed interesting. Right? They tend to pay attention to stuff that, if anything happens, even if it's fast, if it's just always fast, it puts them to sleep. It zones them out. They find something else. If it's fast and then slow, and then fast again. Oh, now it's all right. Now, you see what I mean? Yeah, it's just learning. It's just using what we know about dogs to manipulate them. Take a hard left. There you go. There you go. So, what you're trying to do now is catch her not paying attention to you and moving in the other direction. So that she then has to, like right now, 180 degrees, turn. There you go. Now, another thing is they pay attention to abrupt movement. So if you're gonna make a turn, don't make a sloping wide turn, because that's nothing to them. They don't feel any need to change anything. But if you make a sharp turn, that's an obvious change, and the dog is like, oh, okay, I need to watch out for that.
Okay.
You see what I mean? See the difference? Okay. Not too much communication, not during the lesson. Turn around, 180 degrees, go.
So you're not supposed to say commands?
No commands, because this is not a command. This is just how life is supposed to be. When I go out of the house, you follow me.
So like even on walking, no with me,
Now, once we get this baseline behavior down, then you can have different words and you can train different words to mean different things. But the first thing is, when I leave the house, you watch me and there's no questions about it. Isn't that how you want it to be?
Yeah, no, she's great.
Right, and that's what's doing this, right? Hard left, change speed, pick up speed, go. Right, you're trying to catch her not paying attention. Go the same speed and lull her to sleep. When you see her not paying attention, go. And before you know it, this is a whole new behavior, right? This is, okay, when we go out of the house, I follow him around. Right? Before we even get to training class, before we even get to sit down, stay, come, and heal, we gotta teach them what to pay attention to.
Yeah.
How do you teach someone who's not paying attention to you?
So those are like
Yes, if there's no consequences, she's gonna go back. Until you condition the new behavior, right? She's gonna revert back to the other thing. So you just have to be consistent, keep the rules the same, right? Keep everything the same until it becomes, oh, this is just how she acts.
okay.
You know what I mean?
No, I just want to
So this particular exercise right here, this is lesson 1. It's not fair to take a dog on a walk without teaching them how first, right? Because they're dogs, they're animals. They do their own thing. They have their own instincts, right? So we have to teach them how to be successful with us. And this is the first way I do it with a dog like this, that's big, strong, uninhibited, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we need leverage or she's gonna hurt somebody, right? I put the collar on and I just show her, first things first, I'm in charge. You follow me. Now look at what we got going on right now. Now see if you can lose her. See if you can lose her. There you go, make some moves. It's football Sunday. See if you can get away from her. And look how much fun she thinks it is now, right? Now, if this becomes the behavior, if this becomes what's happening, it's going to be very easy to get her off guard, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because how often is she actually getting to the end of the 10 feet?
Yeah, like that.
Right? So we're just conditioning a behavior that is going to become the go-to. It's going to be the protocol. That's the word I'm looking for. Yes, yes.
I'm just worried about like that. What are we supposed to do when she's walking to the car?
Well, you need to have one of these right now, right? You need to have one of these right now. Because why? Because of the difference between what's going on right now and how it was when you showed up here. Right? So what you do is you find a place similar to this, near your house, in your yard, where there's not a whole lot of distractions, and you teach her this. Right? Until this becomes how things go. Then you want to start taking her to areas where there is minimal distraction. Right? And then you get closer to the distractions as time goes, but the idea is if she goes in that direction, you just hold tight and walk the other way and show her, no, that was a mistake. That's not what to do. You know what I mean? And then when you do that in the face of distraction, she becomes immune to distractions because every time she goes in the wrong, every time she performs a behavior that's unacceptable, she gets a correction. And it's not like a correction like yelling, it's a correction like I physically don't let you do that, and life is more comfortable if you do this. You know what I mean? Without even any words involved. Turn, go. See, when you catch her leading you, you have to turn around. Right now, you could do this, right? Everyone here could do this, right? If you had some practice and kind of figured out how to hold the leash right, and because everybody here is heavy enough to stand solid and walk in the other direction. So everyone has the ability to walk the dog, right? And that's going to be way more fun than only one person being able to walk the dog. You know, do you guys have a fenced-in yard?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how this kind of thing can get this far, right? Because we just let them out into the yard to do their thing and never teach them how to walk. Right? So now, instead of just letting her out into the yard, you take her out into the yard and practice this. And take her to a place where she's to pee and out. Right? So that way you can now start controlling where she does that. Right? Because that's leadership. I take you to the place where you get food, where you get water, where you pee and where you go right ahead. Now, what I would do right now is give her... Right, so just get into a little groove there. How you feeling?
Yeah.
I mean, for one lesson, right?
That's awesome.
One lesson, you kind of start, I mean, it's not fixed, but it's at least kind of turning the corner, going in the other direction.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so as I was telling them, this is how you teach her to pay attention to you when you go outside. Right? So you take this and you do this in the backyard until this is her protocol. Then we take her to somewhere where there is like this very minimal distraction.
Yeah.
And when she goes for one of them, you hold tight and you show her. Right? Without even words. Right? So that way, you can control the distractions and introduce them to her slowly. And you're her owner, so you know which distractions are the ones that get her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we're going to set her up for those distractions and use the basis of this right here to show her that when you see that, that's your cue to look at me, not to go that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right? And now keep in mind that we did this with a 10-foot leash. We didn't do this by gathering up the slack and keeping her as close to us as possible.
Yeah.
We did the opposite.
Yeah.
Right? We let all the slack go and showed her how to make better decisions. What do you mean? Mm-hmm.
When she got back from you,
Mm-hmm.
anything about that?
I think it's just the way I treat her. I don't give her what she wants very much. I kind of make her kind of fall in line. It's kind of a baby situation. You know what I mean? So when she makes noise, you can't always react to it, or you're teaching her to make noise. Yeah, or that's the first step, because every dog is different in how they deal with corrections, right? Just like all kids are different. Some of them you make a mean face and they start crying and howling like you beat them up. You know what I mean? And some of them, when you get angry, it kind of tickles them on the inside. The kids are different, dogs are different, everybody's different. So you want to try different things, but just understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to get her to stop the behavior, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is ignore it. If that works, awesome. The second thing I'm going to do is kind of show her outrightly that makes me kind of, I don't like that. Do you know what I mean? Some of them, once they know you don't like it, they're going to stop. Right? So basically you just start there and you kind of move up to putting them in their own space where you can't even hear it. And just let it happen until you learn that that's not going to do you any good. Do you know what I mean? So there's different ways to handle a lot of this stuff because every dog is different. Now, if you notice, now that she has something to think about, she actually kind of has a job now, which is following the leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's all her energy gone now?
Paying attention to him.
Right? Everybody thinks you need to get your dog physical exercise, and you do. But mental exercise does work as well. Right? Mental exercise tires you out, doesn't it? Right? So now she has stuff to think about. She has a protocol to adhere to. All of that extra energy is kind of going, it's fading. So now once you have the behavior you want, it's all fun. Now we can start treating her on these walks and giving her rewards for paying attention and for staying in place, right? And now you're on to the positive reinforcement side of things. ASAP, yeah. But you feeling all right?
Yeah, it's good.
Good. You feel like you're gonna be able to do this?
Yeah.
Because this is
Simple.
This is simple, and this is really, this right here will pay you dividends literally for months. Like, you could stay on this particular lesson right here and keep getting benefits from it for months.
Yeah.
By simply learning, first of all, how to get this good. Because right now you're still dealing with your own mechanics, right? How do you make a sharp left turn?
Yeah.
So right now you're only dealing with your own body mechanics and your own reaction time, right? Because right now you still don't know when she's out of place, when you should turn. And what I usually tell people is, if you think you should turn, you probably should have a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, okay.
Right? So now we have the whole progress of you getting good at showing her what to do.
Okay.
Right? Then after that, comes the process of, okay, when there is a distraction, how do I know which correction is going to show her what I need her to learn?
Yeah.
Right? So if she's looking and drifting that way, I have to go that way. If she's going up forward, if it's quick enough, I can make a left and show her, nope, you can't go in front of me because I have to turn left. Right? But if she gets too far up, then I just got to go straight back. So I have to get good at showing her how to stay safe in this position. And that's with no distraction, right?
Yeah.
Then when we get to the distractions, I have to learn how to do them quick, right? Because when we go on walks, things happen that we don't expect.
Yeah.
Fire truck come by, lots of noise. Woo! Your dog freaks out, starts running in a certain direction. What do you do?
Yeah, she likes motorcycles.
Okay, there you go. So it could be anything, right? But what do you do at that time to show her how to react to that noise? Right? That's what's going to be important on the fly. Right? If we're right here and we're doing this and she's all used to paying attention to you with no distractions, and then two kids jump out of a car and start screaming and running by, what do you do? Not what does she do?
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Right? Because you have to expect the worst. You have to be ready for her to bolt after the kids, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, your reaction time has to be, I got to hold this tight so that when she gets to the end of the leash, she feels what she's supposed to feel.
Yeah, okay.
Right? That's why we have 10 feet to give you 10 feet of reaction time. Okay?
Yeah.
Then when your reaction time gets better, we shorten the leash to 6 feet.
Okay.
Now we have, right, your regular walking leash.
Yeah.
And the ability to actually keep her right here.
Yeah.
At this point, all we're doing is showing her that you have to pay attention to me and don't get out of this circumference. We don't really have a position yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But when we get good at this and then go down to a 6-foot leash, we'll then be able to require the position of the heel.
Okay.
So right now, all you're worried about is what is she paying attention to? Which direction is she going? And the direction you are to go is the direction I'm going in. If I take a step this way, you should take a step this way.
Okay.
If I go like this, you should be ready. At all times, you should be ready to do whatever I do. Right? So now notice how her energy changes when she gets close to the family. She gets a little more out of control with it. Right? So you just have to notice what that's her threshold, right? Her threshold of distance. So stay on the edge of that. How did the walk go when you were around the corner? Yep. New space. But entirely more easy to handle at this point, right?
Yeah.
We've turned the page on that old stuff, right?
Yeah. That's awesome.
There you go. All right, so any questions before we wrap it up? Anybody?
No,
Any
that's
questions?
Thank you.
I mean, is there any, like, my mom's probably gonna want to know, like, what the change.
Oh yeah, can you send us a link or something?
Why don't you take this one for a little while?
Okay.
Take
All right,
this setup
you got
right here.
enough.
Yeah, I got to. Don't worry about it. And she's a regular client. Like, she stays with me.
Yeah.
Right? I need her to be well behaved. That was very challenging this week.
Yeah.
You know, so I need her to be a little better behaved. So if it's just going to cost me a 10-foot leash and a collar, that's fine. All right, so I think we're good here.
All right, thanks, man.
Stay on this lesson right here.
Yeah, okay.
Don't challenge her too much.
Yeah.
The same way if you have a toddler, you're showing them. You're not quizzing and testing yet.
Okay.
Right? Right now, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get good at taking her for a walk.
Yeah.
Right? So if you
take
take the pressure and put it on yourself instead of the dog, things are going to get way easier.
Yeah.
Right? Because when we expect the dog to just fall in line, that's where our frustration comes from.
Okay.
And That's why I didn't have you say any words to her. Right? We just created the behavior.
Sit.
Don't tell her to sit yet.
No.
We didn't teach her how yet, right? Just make her sit. Just how do you make her sit without saying the word? Just go ahead. See? No frustration involved at all, right? Now, don't say anything. Just go ahead and let her go to her dad. Just let her go to her dad if she wants to. Go ahead and pack her up. We're all set.